Good morning, Driven to Compete here, and I wanted to make a quick video that I could talk about something that I think many of us probably take for granted, and that would be protecting our firearms. And when I say that, I'm not necessarily mean a gun safe or trigger locks or anything like that. I'm talking about insurance and making sure that we have proper coverage for to protect our firearms. And I did some research on this recently, and I discovered that I only had about $3,000 in coverage through my homeowner's policy in the event that somebody actually stole my firearms, would break in and steal the guns. Obviously, they would be covered under my policy if there was an act of God, tornado, earthquake, fire, whatever, flood. They would be covered there. However, I was very shocked to realize that I did not have enough coverage. So I joined. Let me turn this off for a second. So I joined the NRA, and through joining the NRA, I gained some coverage as well. And I was able to get coverage through the NRA of an additional $2,500 free of charge based on the membership that I actually purchased, which in my mindset, it basically almost paid for itself, the cost of the membership and some of the benefits that I get from joining the NRA. But I did some further research, and I realized that insurance is quite expensive for insuring your firearms. So I wanted to talk to everybody and make sure everybody was aware that this is an area that you may not realize you're not covered for until you need it. So recommendations would be: one, reach out to your insurance company, look at what coverage you have as part of your homeowner's policy. For a fairly small monetary increase, you can increase up to a certain limit without having to buy a secondary policy. So that's the first part of it. Second part would be, I recommend you join the NRA. I've said it in previous videos. I'll say it again. Support the NRA. They're here to protect us and support us in our gun rights and our fight to protect our right to bear arms and some other freedoms that we have. So through them, you do get some free insurance. Unfortunately, you have to renew each year to keep that insurance. Through them, that's free. My next suggestion would be, through the NRA, you're also able to purchase at a very competitive rate additional insurance if you need it. It's going to be dependent upon, how many firearms you own and the value of each. Obviously, if you own 4 guns and they're only shotguns valued at $200 or $250 a piece, you're not going to need to buy extra coverage. But if you're a gun collector, that's something that you're definitely going to need to consider. So that would be my first and foremost message to you. My next recommendation, after you know that you have yourself properly insured, I recommend that you buy a water and fire safe, document safe that you can place in your home somewhere. Put your anything that you don't want to have ruined in a fire or flood, such as documents, birth certificates, things of that nature, and include in that a list of your firearms. Because here's the deal: somebody would break in and steal your firearms. Okay, all you have is, if you have your receipts from purchasing them, great. But if you don't, all you have is your word saying, hey, I had 3 guns stolen and this is what they were. You don't have a serial number that you can provide, and I think that it's important for you to keep a record, not for any other reason, but in the event that you would have a theft or you would need to replace them under your insurance policy, you need to be able to tell them what you had. Okay, so make, model, and perhaps the serial number. And I'm not saying that you want to give that to your insurance company. It's for your records. It's for you to give the police in the event that your firearm is stolen. It's for you to give to the insurance company in the event that you have a total loss. Anyway, those were two areas that I'm sad to say I was very much lacking in, and I took the initiative to do the research and make the changes, and I hope that this video will help you to do the same. With that said, thanks for watching. I recommend that you subscribe to my page, Driven to Compete. If you liked the video, you found it helpful, please hit like. I welcome comments, and thanks for watching. God bless.